Today, we're talking to Jennifer Williams of Cleveland, Mississippi. She's a teacher in Cleveland School District's Career Development and Technology Center.
I've always wanted to be a teacher. I can remember when I was younger, my favorite game to play was teacher, and I was always the teacher. Just something I've always wanted to do. But I didn't initially go to college for teaching. I initially went to college for computer information systems, insurance, and real estate. But I can remember doing just about all of my friends' assignments, those that were majoring in teaching. They was like, man, you need to go and be a teacher.
She went back and got her Master of Arts in Teaching. Now, she's in her 15th year.
It's just something about the feeling of, walking into your classroom daily, seeing your kids, the excitement on their faces and the impact that you make on them, especially when they call you back and be like, Miss Williams, I should have listened to that, or what you told me, it worked out and things of that nature. But that's something I've always wanted to do. And then now I get to teach students who want to pursue a career in education.
About once a week, her students get to serve as teacher assistants to get a feel for what it would be like to be a teacher. The Cleveland Career Development and Technology Center, where Ms. Williams teaches, has a practical learning environment designed to prepare students for employment or further study in a variety of job skill areas.
Classes that are at our center are career-based. We have like auto mechanics and welding and early childhood, health science, law and public safety. So it kind of helps them determine what career field they want to focus on once they leave high school.
Several years ago, Ms. Williams was going through some financial hardship, and she needed some extra funds to get her through to the next month. A friend suggested she try a payday lender.
And I had no idea what they were. And she was just talking about how easy it was to get one and all of that. All you needed was the basic, ID, bank account, check stub, and all of that. So I decided to go and get one. And one led to 2, 3, 4. And I ended up having a total of 9. I was to the point where I was drowning in my financial debt.
One day, Miss Williams was sitting in the yard talking to a friend who was looking through a newspaper. The friend saw a promotion in the paper from Southern Bancorp advertising a free class to help people gain control of their finances.
At that point, I felt like, hey, it couldn't hurt anything. I was already sucked into all of these check advances, and I had the max on each one, and they were like $400. So for every loan I had, the interest was like $87.50. So hey, I said, hey, I couldn't lose nothing else. So we signed up for it. If I can remember, we probably met once or twice a week, or was it once? And they just talked about basic things, like things you wouldn't even consider, like how bringing your lunch can save you money instead of going out to purchase lunch, or drinking water instead of purchasing a pop out of the soda machine. And then they would bring in different individuals or guest speakers that would talk about different things like your credit score, how to read your credit report and all of that. And so, basically what they were doing was they were helping us develop a plan. You could say all the time, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And if you don't have a plan, then more than likely it's not going to work.
By the end of the class, the participants were armed with new information and specific plans they designed to take control of their financial situation. They also received a Spark loan.
Half of it you got to take with you. The other half stayed in your account with Southern Bancorp, which means that that portion took care of the initial payments to pay it back, while you use the other portion to help with your finances. And what I did, I took the other portion and I paid off 2 of those loans. And my plan that I developed within the class was to decrease my loans every time I went, because I knew that I couldn't pay them all off at one time. So I would go and decrease the amount, maybe about $100 or $50 until I was able to pay them all off. And it took me several years to pay them off because of the fact that nobody has almost $500 to give out of their check every month.
Ms. Williams says the class was very helpful, not just because of the lower interest loan, but also because of the change in her mindset in dealing with money. It's been more than 10 years since she's used a payday lender, and Ms. Williams says she never plans to go back. She passes the lessons she learned along to her students and to her son.
I say now I share that with my students all the time, especially those that are about to graduate. Like I have some this year. Well, most of my students this year are juniors, which means next year they have some big decisions to make, whether it's, going to college, getting a trade, student loans, Pell Grants, and things of that nature. I just feel like everything I've learned, it is my duty to share with, especially my students, because there are a lot of things I would change in the past if I could go back.